it's kind of just an instinct. AZ threw me the ball. It was a great pass, and I saw almost like 3 people coming at me. So I knew it was going to be a jump ball. And at that point, I just wanted to get a hand on it and find Chen because I knew she was running the floor with me.
I have to say that this was somewhat unexpected. You always go into these games this time of the year.
We prayed, we prepared, and we hoped to be playing on the last day of the season. And we got that opportunity, so we don't want to take it for granted. And you don't want to get caught up in the moment.
Did you hear what Paige Bueckers and Geno Auriemma just said about UCLA's Lauren Betts and Corrie Close? Their comments are blowing up all over social media right now. What started as a simple post-game interview has turned into the biggest basketball conversation this week. Stick around to hear exactly what was said and why everyone can't stop talking about it. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
But I don't think we made a mistake the entire evening, especially on the defensive end. And I'm just incredibly proud of these guys and what they were able to do. Expecting it to be incredibly difficult, and not that it wasn't, because I think our guys played about as hard as any group of kids can play. And how it was a complete team effort led by these 3, obviously. UCLA is just really good and really hard to play against. And it took everything we had.
The basketball world is absolutely exploding right now after what just went down between UConn and UCLA. Paige Bueckers and Coach Geno Auriemma dropped some seriously unexpected comments about UCLA players after their matchup, and let me tell you, social media is on fire. These weren't just any post-game comments.
And I'm humbled by their performance tonight.
I think we all want it, and both teams want it. We all want it as individuals, as a team. Yeah. Just to stay disciplined. We know they're well coached. They're a very good team. They got great pieces, so there's going to be no quit to them. So to be able to keep our defensive pressure up, to have no foot off the gas moments, but we wanted to continue to press down.
They've hit a nerve across women's basketball in a way nobody saw coming. Let's break this down for real. Right after UConn dominated UCLA in their high-stakes showdown, both Bueckers and Coach Auriemma took to the microphones. But instead of the typical good game cliches we're used to hearing, they specifically called out UCLA's Lauren Betts in a way that's got everyone talking. The timing couldn't have been more dramatic. Fresh off the court, emotions running high, with the spotlight already shining bright on these powerhouse programs. What makes this situation even more electric is the stage it happened on. This wasn't some regular season throwaway game. This was a matchup between 2 of women's college basketball's elite programs. The stakes were through the roof, the intensity was off the charts, and then these comments dropped like a bomb in the postgame.
Our great try to be Lauren Betts, so she's just been working extremely hard, and it was just extremely rewarding to see her perform that way tonight, and along with Ice, Sarah. Yeah, I thought her performance was the tone setter for the night, and how aggressive she started and how determined she started. Coach has been on her. It's been hard at practice. We have great practice players that challenge her, and Aubrey, the way they worked in the paint. Lauren Betts is a problem. She's not an easy person to guard. So for them to play with the effort that they did tonight, the attention to detail, the discipline.
Here's where it gets really interesting. When Paige Bueckers was asked about the game, she immediately zeroed in on Lauren Betts' performance. Now, Bueckers isn't just any player. She's one of the faces of women's college basketball, so her words carry massive weight. And what did she say? She called Betts a tone setter for the night and praised how aggressive and determined she started the game. But then came the kicker. Bueckers straight up declared, "Lauren Betts is a problem. She's not an easy person to guard." This wasn't throwing shade. This was actually giving major props to an opponent who had just lost to Bueckers' team. The basketball community was caught completely off guard because this wasn't trash talk at all. It was genuine respect for Betts' game, even in defeat. Meanwhile, Coach Auriemma, never one to hold back his thoughts, jumped in with his own take on Betts' impact during the game. What's wild is how casual both Bueckers and Auriemma were when dropping these comments. They weren't trying to create headlines or stir drama. They were just speaking their minds, apparently not realizing how their words would ignite social media within minutes. And boy, did those comments spread like wildfire. Basketball Twitter practically melted down as the quotes started circulating. You've got to understand, in today's ultra-connected sports world, post-game comments don't just stay in the press room anymore. They blast across every platform within seconds, getting analyzed, debated, and sometimes twisted along the way. What's fascinating is how the basketball community immediately fractured into opposing camps. One side praised UConn for their honesty and sportsmanship, appreciating that they were giving credit to an opponent rather than just celebrating their own victory. The other side questioned if there was something more behind these comments. Were they somehow subtly dismissive or condescending toward UCLA? The division shows just how sensitive player evaluations have become in women's basketball. But let's get to what actually caused all this chaos. The exact words matter here, and they're even more surprising when you hear them in full. Paige Bueckers specifically said about Betts, "I thought her performance was the tone setter for the night, and how aggressive she started and how determined she started." Then she added that knockout line, "Lauren Betts is a problem. She's not an easy person to guard." Think about that for a second. After UConn dominated the game, their star player's first instinct wasn't to celebrate her own team's performance, but to highlight an opponent's impact. That's not something you see every day in competitive sports, and it speaks volumes about both Bueckers' character and how impressed she truly was with Betts' game. The social media reaction was immediate and intense. Some fans were refreshed by the honesty and sportsmanship. Others questioned the timing and delivery. The polarized response demonstrates just how passionate women's basketball fans have become. They analyze every word, every inflection, looking for deeper meaning in post-game comments. All of this has created a perfect storm of attention around both programs. What started as simple post-game comments has morphed into a full-blown basketball moment that could potentially fuel a genuine rivalry between these powerhouse programs for seasons to come. The Final Four matchup between these two powerhouse teams might be just the beginning of something bigger in women's basketball. While neither coach nor players have explicitly called this a rivalry, the intense competition we witnessed suggests we could be seeing the birth of a new classic matchup in the sport. What's fascinating is how quickly these post-game comments spread across social media. That's the power of women's basketball in 2024. What happens on the court and in interviews reaches millions within minutes. So what side are you on after seeing everything play out? Drop your thoughts below. Are you rolling with UConn or UCLA in this budding basketball drama?